For your chance to win a daily prize of £1,000, download the Raffler app today. There's a referral link in the description to the Google Play and App Store. Use that link and get an extra £100 bonus added to your daily prize. Also, over on g2a.com, use the promo code CHES to get a discount on your Xbox, PlayStation codes and games. Link in the description down below. Hey guys, welcome to episode number 3 of season number 2 of Newcastle United here on FIFA 16. Thank you for your continued comments in the comment section of the previous episode. We had hundreds of comments this time rather than the 1,500 that we had the episode before. I have adjusted the shortlist accordingly. We've had some suggestions for centre mid and for striker. Yohan Cabaye is a player that has been mentioned a number of times to potentially bring back to the club. So I'm looking into bringing perhaps Cabaye in, although a player that's similar to Cabaye, slightly more attacking minded though, is Gylfi Sigurdsson, obviously familiar to a number of Premier League fans. He's better at set pieces than Yohan Cabaye, but Cabaye's better with his short and long range passing. So I'm torn between the two. Gylfi's younger but more expensive. Jack Wilshere is kind of a mix between the two. He's good at short passing, he's also very good on the ball. His long passing is decent, but he's not so good free kick wise, so I'm torn. Ravel Morrison was another player that was quite popular in the comment section, although I don't know what his stats look like currently. We have a scout out looking at him as we speak. And with regards striker, Josip Ilicic was mentioned as well. It says he's at Schalke currently. That isn't a transfer that happened in real life. He's still at Fiorentina IRL. This transfer happened in save during the first season. I don't think he's that fast. He did get a Team of the Season card earlier on this year in FIFA and has himself some good long shot stats. I don't know what his overall finishing stats are like and what his overall physicals are like. Again, we'll have to wait for the scout report. But I am genuinely thinking of Cabaye or Gylfi if we're not able to get in Jack Wilshere, because Wilshere is going to be expensive. We might need to go for a slightly cheaper option at centre mid to be able to afford a centre back and right back Fabinho, who we're currently in the process of negotiating for. Callum Wilson has already accepted a contract. I could just go straight out and accept that now, but not sure what we're going to do centre mid wise, so I don't want to waste money on a striker yet till we know what's going to happen with the people in the middle of the pitch. We did make a signing in yesterday's episode though, and he will start ironically against his former side in his debut. Gerard Deulofeu came in from Everton, and he'll be starting on the right-hand side of midfield as we head against Everton in the opening game of not only today's episode, but of the Barclays Premier League season as well. And we'll follow that up with a game against Palace. And maybe between now and that game against Palace, we'll sign Yohan Cabaye back, and he can play in his not debut, I suppose, because he's played for us before, but his first game back at the club could be against his former side as well. So it could all be going on in the transfer window. But for now, let's jump into the game against Everton and see how we get on. Drop the video a like if you enjoy. Subscribe to the channel too to make sure you don't miss out on any further videos of this series or the My Player series. Let's go and take on Everton at home. Deulofeu starts against Everton. Florian Thauvin starts against Newcastle. The battle of the new wingers. Who's going to come out on top? Sturridge moved to Borussia Mönchengladbach in the My Player. He's now moved to Borussia Dortmund in this series as well. It seems Daniel Sturridge, on FIFA at least, is not destined to stay at Liverpool. I don't know whether that means anything for real life. I doubt it, considering how much Liverpool value his services, but it's something to note that he's now left the Premier League. One of the better strikers in the league is now no longer in the league, which, now that we're in the league, is a good sign. That means that Liverpool, hopefully, will be slightly less potent offensively when we come around to playing them. We played a few Premier League sides last year in our run to the League Cup final, and it was actually Everton that gave us the toughest test. We ended up really struggling against them. I think actually it was Everton in the FA Cup that we faced them, and we really struggled. Had to go to a replay against Everton to be able to get ourselves through to the next round of the FA Cup in that particular game. Leighton Baines just completely tugs back Gerard Deulofeu there. Couldn't get away from him though. But we're going to get a free kick in a good position. I might let Deulofeu take this actually. And we'll look to just stand it up into the middle. and see if someone can get on the end of it. A tall player, perhaps. No, nobody's been able to get on the end of it. But yeah, we played a number of Premier League sides last year, and we did well enough against almost all of them, apart from Everton, who we really struggled against. And obviously, can we get there with Fryan? I think he was offside anyway, but still, ball's still in play. But obviously, we lost the League Cup final 1-0 to West Bromwich Albion in a game that, to be fair, we did pretty well in. So I'm confident that we can finish at least top half this year in the Barclays Premier League, but whether we'll be able to reach the top 6, which is what the board want, I'm not sure, but that pass is a little bit too long for Gerard Deulofeu. Free kick for Everton. Leighton Baines to deliver. Oh, that wasn't much of a delivery, he just went sideways to Besic. Never mind, they might still work it into a dangerous position. Deulofeu tries to steal it away from his former teammate, but he can't do it. Iorfa can't do it either. Barkley back to McCarthy. Coleman and Mbakani to Barkley. It's well worked. A stunning strike. And Mbakani's goal. It's going to go down as an own goal, which is really unfortunate. And Mbakani's header looping over after a cracking strike from Ross Barkley. And George Okore tried his best to keep it out, but ended up just kicking it up into the roof of the net rather than up and over the bar. Unfortunately, just before half-time, we find ourselves behind against Everton. We have been behind against Everton before, though, as we mentioned earlier, so we know we can come back. Mbemba to Sissoko. Fry's making moves, and it's a good first touch. There's Kovalenko. Iosi Perez just ran offside. We'll put that through, though, to Deulofeu against his former team. Great tackle by Phil Jagielka to stop him from doing so. He's there on the edge of the box. It's either Deulofeu or Kovalenko. They both got shocking blonde hair. Kovalenko's touch is decent. Not far away, but past the post. Half-time, 1-0 down. Throw from Henry into Dendoncker. Let's go through that gap. They won't be expecting that. They weren't. Perez will find Kovalenko, who's got some space. Good save by Stekelenburg. Fry can't get that. That's going to be a goal kick, isn't it? We're having chances at the beginning of the second half, but not past the keeper yet. Mbakani on the run. Out to Barkley. The rain's still smacking down here. Back to Leighton Baines. Heavy touch. Where are you going, Leighton? It's Tom Cleverley. Lays it back to Darren Gibson, who does have a good long shot. Gibson to Mbakani. It's 2-0 Everton. We're struggling on our first Barclays Premier League game. First time back to the big time, and we're getting shown up by Everton. We mentioned earlier on that they were the one side of the Premier League teams we played last season that we struggled against. It's turning out to be exactly the same this season, unfortunately. 2-0 down with 20 minutes to go. Rolando Aarons and Henri Saivet on to try and help turn things around, but the task is slightly more difficult than it was when I initially looked to bring them onto the pitch. Moves Sissoko into Iosi Perez, though. We're straight back into the game. Now the task is exactly the same as it was when I asked them to come onto the pitch. 1 goal down. Let's turn this game around. Sissoko steals it off cleverly. Perez will take it away. Tackled, but Sissoko runs away with it. Sissoko scored some long distance ones for us last season, but it's well blocked by John Stones. It's not going to be. We are going to get a defeat in our opening game back in the big time. It's a 2-1 defeat to Everton at home, unfortunately. They were the one side last year that caused us enough problems to warrant us getting really worried and concerned about how we might do this year in the BPL. Turns out those concerns were justified. Everton 2, Newcastle 1. Let's try and raise our spirits with a new signing, shall we? Let's put an offer in for Yohan Cabaye, shall we? I'll offer them just a straight swap, perhaps. John Joe Shelvey, who's valued at 9 million, which is more than... actually, it's valued at 9.5, did that say? Yeah, valued at 9.5, which is more than what he's valued at on his own there, Cabaye. So we'll try just a straight swap and see whether they'll accept that. Let's see, Sigurdsson is about valued the same, so... Let's offer Saivet for Sigurdsson, and then if either of them reject, we can just offer the other player. And we'll offer £1 million as well, and see if we can get a new centre mid. Fabinho wants a bigger role in the squad. He's rejected his contract. That's fine. I'll give him crucial first team player. He can sign that, and that should be a new right back in. Villarreal have rejected the offer for Bakambu. They're not interested in Saivet. I can't remember whether I offered them Shelvey, so I'll do that anyway, and we'll say it's worth about 19 million, so we'll offer them 11 million plus Shelvey, which makes it up to about 20. And we'll see what they say there. Bakambu is probably my preferred striker, but I want to see what sort of stats Ilicic looks like he's going to have. They're not interested in Shelvey for Koulibaly. It looks like I'm going to have to ask the board for some money if I want to get this deal done. I think the board are going to be getting a knock on the door from me sooner rather than later. An offer for Kerim Fry, obviously going to be rejected. My starting left-sided midfielder. Offer unacceptable. They're not interested. Villarreal aren't interested in the player we offered them for Victor Ruiz either. Okay. Swansea aren't interested in Saive, so maybe they'll be interested in Shelvey. That said, the offer of £27 million for Jack Wilshere has been accepted. So that's really going to put a spanner in the works. If we end up getting Jack Wilshere instead of Cabaye or Gylfi, then I am definitely going to need to ask for some funds unless we get offers. Ah, that's good. Right, Fabinho contract accepted. That's that done. And the wages are exactly the same. So it's just the 8 million we lose. Darriamat going out. Fabinho coming in. That's another new signing. And Crystal Palace have accepted the offer for Yohan Cabaye. Now, whilst he is 30 years old, he's a fan. He was a fan favourite at Newcastle, and I'm sure the Newcastle fans in the chat would be delighted if I was able to bring him back. And that would mean that we could afford to bring in Cabaye and a centre-back rather than just Jack Wilshere. Oh, but I still need to bring in a striker as well. Oh, so many different things that need to be done. Let's offer them 17.5. You can always get deals done for less than the team ask from you. So I had someone in the comment section previously say that they were frustrated because they said they wanted 23. I offered 17.5, but I can definitely get the deal done for under 23. So rather than just wasting money, did they say they were interested in Shelvey? They're not. I haven't had any bids in for Shelvey or Saive. That's the frustrating thing. I'm needing those two to move on before I can bring someone else in. I really need Shelvey or Saive to go. Transfer offer for Jamie Sterrier. That's not the guy that I need a transfer offer for. This is going to drive me mad if nothing happens. He's going to go out. Swansea have accepted the offer, £1 million plus Jonsu Shelvey for... Oh, Jack Wilshere's accepted the contract. What would that knock me down to? 6 million. I don't think I can afford to bring Jack Wilshere in, and because we still need a centre-back and a striker. I'm going to have to make a decision between Cabaye and Gylfi, it looks like. And I'm pretty sure I'm going to go with Yohan Cabaye. Even though he's older, he is higher rated and a previous fan favourite. I'm going to reject that offer now. We won't be signing Jack Wilshere. We will not be signing Jack Wilshere. I don't have enough money. We have too many positions to strengthen in. So let's go into the next game against Palace then. I will request some funds from the board. I'll ask for an extra 20 million. And I'll say we'll reach the semi-final of the Cup. They'll probably only offer me like 7, but anything's better than nothing. Into the second game of the episode against Crystal Palace. Cabaye into Connor Wickham to Yohan Cabaye. Don't, Yohan! Wow! He hits the post after 2 minutes. We're in dealings with him in the transfer window, and he's trying to prove to us that he deserves the call back to his former club. Balassi, oh, he's turned me and he's in the box. Yannick Balassi, he's just gone to Everton in real life. Oh, he's wiped out Dendonga from behind. He's just gone to Everton in real life for 25 to 30 million pounds, Yannick Balassi. And he almost came close to giving Crystal Palace the lead against a side that just lost to Everton. It's all coming full circle in today's episode. It really is. We've got a free kick in a really good position, but I'm actually not going to give this to Sissoko. I'm going to give it to Deulofeu because he's got better curve. Now, can we bend this in the top corner? He's not got as much power. We can't bend in the top corner, no, unfortunately, but George Okore will bring that down. I need someone to pass to in a decent position. Someone like Kovalenko. Victor Kovalenko. Straight at Mandanda. Zaha inside. Slightly outmuscled there, but never mind. Nicely done, fairly done. Kovalenko will play this over the top looking for Deulofeu. It's not the best of balls, but Perez can flick it on. Gerard Deulofeu might be able to return the favour, but he's not got much space here to do so. Yannick Balassi closes him down, but Gerard Deulofeu is still going. Gerard Deulofeu! Great save by Steve Mandanda at the near post. Not quite too sure how we ended up with that opportunity there. I thought I'd lost possession about 4 times. Good touch by Kovalenko. Victor Kovalenko, it's deflected, but it won't go in. Try and knock this down to a teammate. It's Iosi Perez. Finds some space. Oh, tackled by Yannick Bolasie. That's a foul, surely. Nothing given. All right. Kieran Fryer will come away with it. I've kicked it straight against the defender in front of me. Dendonka to Sissoko. To Deulofeu. Past the defender. Gerard Deulofeu to score his first goal for Newcastle. No, well saved by Steve Mandanda. He's been the difference here, Steve Mandanda. Palace started the best, but we are finishing the half strongest. Kovalenko. Deulofeu down the line to Fabinho. Now, where is Iosi Perez going to pop up? Right, there he is. He smacked it off the bar. I can't believe Mandanda came for that and didn't get it. Sissoko can't get it to Dendonka. It's Yohan Cabaye again that cuts it out. I'm signing Cabaye. I've decided. He's been so good in this game so far for Crystal Palace. They're one good player to this point, but it was really given them some form of hope of actually getting anything out of this game, because the amount of chances we've had so far is just staggering. And we are 1-0 down. Jason Puncheon. As the keeper comes and misses across at one end, we hit the bar. My keeper comes, misses across, and Puncheon scores at the other. Brilliant. 1-0 Crystal Palace. Kovalenko gets the tackle in. Gets it to Dendonka, and Iosi Perez is making the runs. Now, can he get away from the defender? He's not going to, so we'll get it to Deulofeu. He's turned brilliantly. Still going Deulofeu. Still going Deulofeu. Gets it to Dendonka, who'll have the shot. Dendonka, Mandanda makes a great save, and they've cleared the lines. How we haven't scored in this game, I have absolutely no idea. 9 shots we've had, and we haven't yet been able to get it past their French goalkeeper. Deulofeu is going to try his luck again, and over the top of the bar. We've got a corner though, it was deflected. Deulofeu's on the run down the right. Scott Dan's closing me down, but he's not going to be quick enough to cope with Deulofeu. Run out of space though. I've got a number of defenders here with me. I'm just trying to get it to Saive, which we've done well. Saive can lay that in front of Vernon Anita, who can give it to Iosi Perez, who can spin in the box to equalise. It hit Anita. It hit Anita and went out. We're not destined to get any points from these 2 games. It's just not going to happen. I don't know how many chances we've had in this game. It just won't go in. 1-0 down as we head into stoppage time at the end of the game. Saive gets this to Iosi Perez, and there goes the final whistle. We're not going to get the opportunity to have another chance. I don't know how I've lost that. That performance, 13 shots, 9 on target, no goals. They had 3 shots, 2 on target, 1 goal, and they win. That performance, though, fills me with confidence for the rest of the season, especially considering we're now going to be adding to that side over the next couple of episodes to hopefully get ourselves into the top half and push for European football. I want to see what the board say with regards extra funds as well. We'll have a quick train. It said there that Liverpool had signed someone. I wasn't paying too much attention to that top right-hand corner. No improvements in overall, but a number of improvements in individual stats for a few players there. Roma accept a bid from Liverpool for Radja Nainggolan. Liverpool earlier on in this window as well bought Paul Pogba. So it's all going off right now. Transfer offer for Mats Sells, 8 million. I'm going to... No, I can't. No, I can't. I was going to say I could use that money to help fund some more moves, but Johan... Given the history between us, everybody loves you here, Johan. Just accept loads of money. I'll give you 100 grand a week and 10% bonus per goal and crucial. Please, Johan, you were great in that game for Palace, even though we dominated. And they'll give me, I said about 7, didn't I? £7.6 million extra. Thank you very much. Dominic Orfa wants to continue to play more football, and he will do. We'll have some cup games scheduled shortly, I'm sure. We have had one scheduled already. It's Aston Villa in the Capital One Cup. That game and the game against Leicester will come in the next episode, but for now, that's where we're going to leave today's. Otherwise, this video is going to be 40 minutes long. Drop the video a like if you enjoyed. Subscribe to the channel too if you haven't to this point to make sure you don't miss out on any further videos. Centre mid-signing looks like it's assured. I'm just going to try and throw money at Yohan Cabaye until he accepts. And then we're just looking... We've already got the right back. We've already got the right mid. We're just looking for a striker. And I'm hoping that will be Cedric Bakambu. Time will tell. But I'll see you tomorrow.